You are listening to Vocabulary Builder from Perfect English with Danny. Learn new words every day. Welcome to a new Vocabulary Builder episode from Perfect English with Danny. Today we have 4 words: apparel, besiege, compress, and denounce. We will learn these 4 words. We will learn what they mean. We will learn how we can use them in sentences. We will learn about their synonyms and antonyms. And don't forget, by the end of the week, when we have learned 20 words, we will take a quiz that will test our understanding of these 20 words. So stay tuned, listen to Vocabulary Builder every day, and learn the new words. Take the quiz at the end of the week to make sure you understand the words and you retain them for a long time. So let's start with the first word, and that first word is apparel. Now, apparel is spelled A-P-P-A-R-E-L, and it's pronounced apparel. Now, apparel is a noun, and apparel simply means clothing, but especially clothing that serves as dress or decoration. But apparel is not only a noun. Apparel can also be used as a verb, and it simply means to put clothes on or to dress up. For example, we can say, winter apparel should be warm and cozy. Winter clothing. We used apparel here as a noun. Or we can say, let's apparel our cats for the party. So here we used apparel as a verb. If you are that crazy about cats and you want to dress them up for a party, for example, you can say, let's apparel our cats for the party. So that is about apparel. What about the synonyms of apparel? What about words that mean the same or words that have a close meaning to apparel? Now, we have words that are close to apparel as a noun, and these are attire and garments. And as a verb, we can say, of course, dress up or deck out. And the antonyms for apparel as a verb, obviously, are the verbs undress, unclothe, strip, or denude. And that was all about apparel, clothing, dress up. Can be used as a noun or as a verb. Now let's move to the second word for today, and that is besiege. Besiege is spelled B-E-S-I-E-G-E and is pronounced besiege. Now besiege is a verb, and we use besiege when we want to talk about a place that is surrounded or a person that is surrounded, that is to besiege. So besiege could mean to attack by surrounding with military forces, and we're talking here about war, and we're talking about cities that are besieged. But it can also mean people that are besieged. And in this common meaning, besiege means to cause worry or trouble to that person who is besieged. Now, for example, we can say, if troops besiege their stronghold, the rebel forces may be forced to surrender. Now, remember, besiege their stronghold, that means to attack by surrounding with military forces. We can also say she was besieged by the media and the press. So we're talking about a person who is surrounded by media people, journalists, reporters who want to ask questions, and usually about an embarrassing thing or something the person doesn't want to talk about, and these media people just want to ask questions. How bothering is that? And this kind of press from the media is bothering, and we can use the word besiege in this case. We can say he or she was besieged by the media or the press, and that means that he or she was uncomfortable. And now let's move to synonyms for besiege. And these are the words blockade, encircle, pressure, or hound. And these are very beautiful words that are used in slightly different contexts. And here comes your job. I am giving you synonyms, but obviously I'm not going to explain a lot about synonyms. Here you should use your curiosity about the words you don't recognize and try to find the exact meanings of these words and how they can be used in a way that might be a little bit different from the word besiege. But obviously they have a very close meaning. So these are the synonyms of besiege. And how about our next word, compress? Compress is spelled C-O-M-P-R-E-S-S, and is pronounced compress. Compress can be a verb, and that means to press together or to reduce in size or volume. Or it can be a noun when we mean a folded cloth or pad applied to an injury. So different meanings when it comes as a noun or as a verb. I would have to say that we use it as a verb more often, but the noun is also used a lot. For example, we say the editor helped to compress my rambling 25-page mystery into an 8-page thriller. So, the editor compressed my 25-page mystery into an 8-page thriller, reduced in size and volume. And that is a verb, obviously. And we can use a cold compress may soothe headache pain. And here we're talking about the cloth that is put on an injury. Now, synonyms for compress as a verb are the words condense, shrink, and shorten. And antonyms are the verbs expand and enlarge. And now we come to our last word for today's vocabulary builder version from Perfect English with Danny, and that is the word denounce. Denounce is spelled D-E-N-O-U-N-C-E and is pronounced denounce. Now, denounce is a verb and it means to condemn openly or to accuse formally. Now, when somebody does something very bad and you want to criticize this person formally, and usually it is used by countries, when one country commits an atrocity or a very bad thing, like a war crime or something, other countries denounce what happened. They accuse this country formally, they condemn this country openly. Now, for example, we can say, the United Nations decided to publicly denounce the tyrant's crimes against his people. To publicly condemn, to accuse formally. That is the meaning of the word denounce. Now, synonyms for denounce are criticize and censure. And the opposites or the antonyms of the word denounce are the words hail and acclaim. So that was all for today. Vocabulary Builder from Perfect English with Danny. Don't forget, listen to the next episodes, take notes if you want, read the descriptions to find out about the words you might have missed, and to make sure you can spell the words correctly. And at the end of the week, when we have learned 20 words, we will have a quiz. You will check your understanding, and it will be a perfect opportunity for you to review and to retain, which is the most important thing about learning new vocabulary. Retain, to have these words in your memory for a long time, and obviously to reach the ultimate target, to have that as part of your active vocabulary, the vocabulary that you use, and keep that in there forever. This is Danny, your host, saying thank you very much for listening to another episode from Perfect English with Danny. I will see you in the next episode.